Hey guys, it's Thomas here. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a good day. Today I want to give you a brief overview and walkthrough of my new Notion template, which is called Podpilot HQ. And it's a simple Notion-based operating system for podcasters, so people who are recording and producing podcasts. So first, let me give you a brief, kind of like a helicopter view of how the template is set up. So it revolves around several key databases, and these are the podcast episodes, and everything else in the template relates back to a podcast episode as a sort of key building block of everything. So what we have here are guests. So this is a database to be able to track details and booking details of the guests for the podcast. Then we have sponsorships. Again, in a similar manner, this is a way to track sponsorships for one or multiple episodes. Then we have production tasks and asset library. So tasks are obviously something that needs to get done for a particular episode, and asset library is a place to store any audio, video, textual assets that you might need for your podcast. So coming back to the top, so how does this all kind of play together? So as I said, the podcast episode is the key building block or cornerstone of this operating system. So basically, for each new episode, you will have this sort of detailed page where everything else, so the guests, sponsorships, tasks, and assets can be related to. And then we can track additional details like additional notes, audio and video URLs, some very simple financial metrics, so like revenue, costs, and net profit or loss that episode has generated. And this template also features detailed page templates for each of these building blocks, like episodes, guests, etc. So if you click on a new episode, you will see that there is a pre-built structure which you can use. You can obviously tailor it to your needs because this is a template, but this gives you a good head start to be able to track all these things for each episode. Then what we have here on top is the navigation and being able to add new records to all of these databases, and some charts which you can obviously tailor to your needs. What I'm showing here is the amount of total sponsorships and the number of published episodes, but this is very easily customizable to show and track any data that you might find helpful to have here on the top of the dashboard. And just to quickly give you the visibility on how different views look like. So obviously we have the list of all episodes. We have a production pipeline, which is this funnel of where these episodes are sitting at, and we also have release calendar, so you can be able to plan your release calendar going forward. So in this case, we're publishing each episode on a Tuesday. So these are views and the details for podcast episodes. And then sort of like just to give you a quick overview of the other building blocks in the template. So we have obviously guests. If you run a podcast which features guests, this is a good place to be able to track the booking status of the guests, additional details around their around how to get in touch with them, pictures, tags, notes, etc., and obviously to be able to link it to a particular podcast episode. Similarly to the episode detail, we can have here more detailed structure for each guest, which you can again tailor to your own needs. And similarly to the episodes, we have different views, so we have a follow-up calendar, we have a booking status for each guest, and then like a nice gallery for all guests. And this sort of like very much follows the same structure. So for the sponsorships, again, you can track the deal values, you can track the status of the sponsorship, you can track the tier, of course, and relate this back to the episodes. And then on the production tasks and asset library, these are quite simple databases that just enable you to do simple task management and store some static assets that you might need for your podcast production. So that's it for Podpilot HQ. As you can see, it's relatively simple, one page essentially Notion template, but it gives you like a very good starting point to be able to adjust it to your workflows and needs and track what you need to track. But in a sense, this gives you like a all-in-one, very simple system to use when you're producing a smaller, mid-sized podcast. And as with all my templates, what I'm trying to achieve mostly and most importantly is to keep things simple and treat the templates as a starting point for everybody to be able to adjust it to their needs, but not necessarily have to start from the very, very beginning and spend hours and hours of like building this skeleton out. So if this resonates with you, please take a look at the template. And as always, I'm grateful for any feedback or questions that you might have, because these help me to improve the templates further on. So thank you very much for checking out Podpilot HQ. I'm Thomas. I hope this is helpful, and I hope you have a great day, and see you in the next video. All the best. See you soon.